Father, we thank you this day, even as we commit our nation unto your hands. Let the angels of God and let the Spirit of God minister unto each and every one that will hear this, that you be a wake-up call for everyone to realize that it is time to do something and to go forward in life. Father, we bless you, we honor you, we acknowledge you, that your grace will abound unto us. And at the end of the day, the glory of God will be seen in our life. I want us to share something, and I want us to come to the point of understanding that we are ready to build the nation Ghana. We are ready to do something for our motherland. We are ready to do something to turn things around, that the future will be glorious. And as much as Nehemiah was ready to build the wall of Jerusalem this day, let it be your duty and let it be your mandate to build your nation and to be able to make a difference at this end time. For that which we are going through, it need a sacrifice, it need dedication, it need commitment, it need people who are ready to turn the nation around. Church, we are in a time and season that Ghana must turn things around, and each and everyone in that land must be ready to work. We must be able to come to the point of understanding that the glory of God will be seen in our nation. We must be ready to do something to help us and to cause us to go to the next level as a people and as a nation. And this is our time. We have a lot of people in place that they can help the nation go forward. But the point is, how much are we ready to sacrifice to make a difference for the nation Ghana? We must know that indeed, whatever we can do, we must do it to help that nation. Whatever we can do, we must do it to better our children's life. We must not leave it in the hands of somebody or a nation to take care of our own nation. It is time for the government to wake up and to understand that we are responsible for whatever soever will happen to the nation Ghana. We have Christo Asafo, who is able to do much, and we must come together and we must do all that we can as a people, that at the end of the day, we will not blame anyone, but we must be ready to sacrifice. The government of the day is not doing well, but we must be ready to vote and to vote for the rightful person to be in a place of authority. Somebody with a vision, somebody with the mind and ready to turn the nation around, not to eat and not to take that which belongs to the nation, but ready to sacrifice and do all that it can, that the nation will turn around. It's a wake-up call that those outside Ghana also will be able to contribute. Church, we must be ready to have the understanding that the word of God said, come, let us reason together. It is time to reason together, that when those in Ghana are coming back home, they are not taxed to the extent that they are not able to bring in things unto that nation. We must be able to assess our life. We must be ready to do something that the children will be able to have a better life. We must understand that whatever is going on, we are able to fix it. We must not look unto any white man or any person to come and to make a difference. But we ourselves, if we are able to lay down a good structure, at the end of the day, when our children go to school, they have a lot of things to accomplish. If our children go to school, at the end of the day, they will have a better work to do. The roads and electricity, everything in Ghana is not well. But it is time for us to be able to do something, because infrastructure and social amenities is needed for the people to be able to go about their activities without fear or doubts. But it is time for us as a government, because the government must be ready to know that he is being given the power to help and to build the people in Ghana. Because as much as the resources and everything in Ghana is in the hands of the government, it is the responsibility of the government to be responsible for the people's welfare, not to amass wealth, not to consume, and not to make things for his own self and his family. But it is him or her to think of the nation, that people vote him into power. And because of that, he must be ready to serve a nation. We must be ready to have the understanding that indeed we must build the mother Ghana. Things are not well. The government does not care. And let those in a place of authority, if you are a policeman or wherever you find yourself in Ghana, may you do your best. Because if the roads are well, if the roads are well in place, things will be better for the nation Ghana. But it seems nobody cares. But it is time for us to wake up, that we will be responsible, not to eat and not to take money, but rather to do the job and the things that we are paid to do. When we go to work, we have been paid. I don't know the work that you do in Ghana, but each and every worker is being paid. You must not be paid again for the second time, because you are serving and you have been paid for. It is time for us to wake up and to do the right thing, that at the end of the day, we will not be taking money from our own self, but rather we will do the services which we have been paid to do, that at the end of the day, the private person will be able to enjoy the nation in which he lives in, because each and every one want to take from one another. That is not how a nation is supposed to be. But each and every one supposed to work as they should, because we have been paid. We and each and every worker in Ghana have been paid. So the government must lay things in place, that at the end of the day, somebody will not go to work just to get money from people. It is time to wake up, and it's time to turn things around and let us be able to do something for our own self. We must not wait for outside help. We ourselves and the people in Ghana is more than enough. Nehemiah did it, but we must also be ready to do it. Yes, Christo Asafo, one person who have the mind of technology, but it seems certain people in place, because of wickedness, they don't allow him to be able to come out and to help build a nation. We must not sit on one another. We must not destroy our own self, but we must allow him, wherever way it is, in secondary schools and high schools and other places, universities, so that when they are going to do practicals, the things that he is building on, we can use it as a practicals, that in the schools, things will turn around. For when we are able to do that, the children will have a good future. It's time for us to wake up, that if we are able to build this nation, we will be able to rejoice and have peace, and no other thing that we be able to lay on, but rather we have the understanding that God is causing us to come together and to build the nation Ghana. Nobody can do it for you. Let us wake up. If one person is able to sacrifice Christo Asafo, one person, one man, Are we going to wait for him to die? It will never happen. But those in authorities must wake up and get alongside with him and come to the point of understanding that we are building the nation for our own self. We are building the nation that at the end of the day, we will not look to any white person. It is not right, and it's good to have help from other nations. But if we have people in place who are able to do something good and better for the nation, then it's time to look and work together with them. Don't fight them. Don't contend against them. But let us work together as a people, and let us understand that the nation building is for each and every one of us. And when we go to work, we must work, not to take bribes. When somebody is coming in, because the person have shipped things from outside the nation, that is not the time to take money from them. But it is time for you to help them to be able to get whatever they ship into the country without taking bribes. And the policemen also. Everyone is taking bribe. So how do we expect for the nation to turn around? The teachers must teach. Those in place, the rules are not good. Ghana rules are not good. That is why it boiled down that at the end of the day, to move from one place to another is difficult and it is hard. But we must be able to build a nation, and the government must build good roads. Social amenities and infrastructure must be laid down. And as we're ready to vote, vote well. Let us vote for the right person. Let us vote for the person who have the vision. For this government have failed us. Whether he like it or not, we must tell him plain that he has failed Ghanaians. And it's time for us to vote for a new government to come in and to help the nation be better off. We are all doing this because each and every one must contribute. If you are a preacher and you support that which is not good, when you stand before God, God will judge you. To all the pastors who are doing a good job, God will bless you. And to all the pastors also who are not doing well because they have been given money by the government, God will judge you. God will deal with you. If you are being given the chance to stand for the people and to help the people to have a better life, and you want to take money and cover things up, God is looking. God is looking. So next time that we turn around, let us clean our environment. Let us not put things anywhere, anyhow. When you have anything, don't put trash and other things around. Don't litter things around that the nation is dirty. But it's time for the government to clean it. And after the cleaning, we must make sure that the nation is always clean. People must wake up. It is very painful when you go to Ghana and you expect something good, but the government has failed us. So let us be wise. Open your eyes. Not for politics, for the love of the mother Ghana. That is why I'm doing this. I'm not for any party, but I love my nation Ghana. And the people of Ghana deserve better and deserve good leader, that things will turn around. We thank you, Christo Asafo, and we are all praying for you that there will be a time that your things will be outside in schools and colleges. They will use you as a practical because the foundation has been always delayed. We thank God for each and every one. Stay blessed. Bye for now.